One of the things that Canyon Ranch, in being the leader in well-being, came to me about 6 years ago. One of the things that they asked about was, is there some form of bona fide exercise program we can do for feet? So in conjunction with Canyon Ranch, I invented something called the Sole Energizer. The Sole Energizer literally has a number of different programs that we use for common issues of the foot, such as plantar fasciitis, heel pain, arch pain, pain in the ball of the foot, which we call metatarsalgia, neuroma pain. And by using the exercise ball, once we get these people better, they stay better.
Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth Brewer from Canyon Ranch, and I'm here to give you a little taste of our Sole Energizers. More than any other part of the body, our feet are subject to constant use. You can use a whole lot of love. Our feet are our foundation, so if we take care of our feet, the whole rest of the body feels good, our entire kinetic chain. These Sole Energizers help us do just that. They're developed exclusively for Canyon Ranch to help stretch and exercise the feet. Notice the groove. The groove helps stretch the arches, and we'll get into that once I get into the exercises. The key areas of the feet that we'll be working are the heels, the lateral line of the foot, the center line, the medial line, and finally, we'll stretch our toes. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be using a bar. However, you can use your kitchen counter, your bathroom sink, your desk, or beside your bed at night before you hop in. And you want to set up the Sole Energizers about a fist distance apart, with the grooves lying parallel with your feet. When I first started working at Canyon Ranch, I discovered the joys of working on my feet all day. By my last hour, my eyes were always in tears because my feet were in so much pain. Shortly after I started working here, Canyon Ranch introduced the Sole Energizers, and I am so grateful. I purchased some, and I use them every single morning when I wake up and brush my teeth, and when I brush my teeth before I go to sleep at night. So starting out, stepping the center of the heel in the dome, and lifting up the toes. Might be a little intense. If it is, you can always use socks, a towel, or all of these exercises can be done seated in a chair. So dropping the toes down, lifting the toes up 2 to 3 times. And then we're going to work the outside portion of the heels. So stepping the feet a little bit closer together and lifting up those arches. Shift the weight from side to side like you're rocking on a ship. And then stepping the feet a little bit further apart, with the heel now in the center of the groove. And then stepping off. So that was the first exercise of the 5 that we're going to do today. The second is the lateral line of the foot. We always want to start with the lateral line because it helps to strengthen and support the arches. So by the time that we get to the medial line, where it's a little tender, that'll be more supported. So stepping back, always starting with the heels, lifting up those arches, and walking back. Nice and slow. If you have plantar fasciitis, Morton's neuroma, Achilles tendonitis, they all respond really well to the Sole Energizers. I'm gonna walk all the way down, dropping the heels, and all the way off. So that was the lateral line. Then we're going to work the center line. So stepping out in front of the Sole Energizers, starting with the heel. Step those heels at the center of the dome. Keep walking back. I'm moving a little fast today, just because it's short and sweet, but feel free to hang around here if you find a spot that just doesn't feel so good today. Breathe into it. Try and smile. That always helps me. And then spread the toes out wide, stretching the whole foot. Dropping the heels, and eventually coming all the way off. The last line will be the medial line. This is that tender spot. So maybe you didn't need socks for the first 2 portions of the feet. Now might be the time to put those socks on, or lie down a towel, or even sit down in a chair. So the feet are going to be a little bit further apart, with the inside line of the foot in that groove. Slowly walking back, remembering to breathe, lifting the toes, and keep walking back. Stretching the back line of the legs, and all the way off. Last but not least, our toes. You're now going to rotate the domes around so they're perpendicular to your feet. And I always like to start with 3 toes at a time. So you're gonna drop your big toe and your pinky toe down. And sometimes this just isn't gonna happen today, and that's okay. And reaching down sometimes helps. Lifting your heels and lower down. Lift your heels and lower. And then your pinky toe and 4th toe reaching down to press the first 3 toes down. You might just want to do 1 foot at a time. And last but not least, the big toe and the 2nd toe. Then you'll lift up and lower down, stepping off. So now your feet should feel energized. And I encourage you to go for a walk. Notice where your feet hit the floor, starting with the heels, rolling to the outside edges of the feet, onto the toes, and the arches should feel a little bit more lifted. I feel like I'm floating. So if you're staying here at Canyon Ranch, come on down to our ranch store and pick up some Sole Energizers, or take our classes. We'd love to have you in there and come and feel what it feels like. If you're at home, you can always order these on our Canyon Ranch store. Much love and many thanks.
This ball in itself, what it does is allows the muscles to stretch properly, to exercise properly, and to strengthen properly. And by doing these simple things, we found that the common problems, mild problems, respond very, very well.